It's April, and that means there's a fresh new batch of movies being taken out of the studio oven. Here's 7 of the most interesting releases this month, including our movie of the month and wildcard of the month. And do stick around for number 7, it's definitely the most intriguing looking film of the month, and I'm not just saying that, it honestly is, it just comes out at the end of the month. You could skip there if you want to, but then you'd miss all of this.
Alright, let's go.
Starting with the answer to the question, what if Star-Lord and Queen's Gambit teamed up to fight Dewey from School of Rock? Answer, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Made by Illumination, the studio responsible for Despicable Me, Minions and the Sing films, the story follows New York plumbers Mario and Luigi as they are transported to a mysterious world and team up with Princess Peach in order to stop Big Baddie Bowser from taking over the world. After initial eyebrows were raised last year following the casting announcement, every clip released since then looks genuinely good. They even made real-life Mario shoes as part of the marketing for some reason, and I looked into it, you can't buy them. And if you want to jump higher, you could be like Mario and eat some mushrooms you just found on the ground, or
A shoe is just a shoe.
Until my son steps into it.
Or, more sensibly, you could get a pair of Air Jordans, the iconic basketball shoe made by Nike. That's right, I said Nike. What are you going to do about it? Air follows the story of the plucky little billion-dollar company that could, and one man's dream to make even more money. Whilst other working titles such as Capitalism the Movie and How That Shoe You Like Got Made were shunned in the initial pre-production, the resulting film does actually boast an excellent cast and a great director. I'm sure there'll be some kind of human interest thread running through proceedings to ground the whole thing, and maybe this will be a really interesting documentary. But as a narrative-driven piece about making a shoe to make loads of money, which has the tagline, "Some icons were meant to fly," you might have to check your gag reflex at the door on this one.
Cut it. That tree is probably too tall. Brace yourself, you are going to get some calls about that.
Also around this time we have Paint, starring Owen Wilson as Bob Ross. What do you mean he's not Bob Ross? Really? Starring Owen Wilson as Carl Nagel.
Carl Nargle.
A television celebrity painter who does take a lot of cues from Bob Ross and, as writer-director Britt McAdams says, is the biggest of fish in the smallest of ponds. And Carl is very happy with his lot in life. He has fame, women, a van. Nothing can dampen his curls. Nothing, that is, until a younger, more talented artist comes along, threatening to take away everything Carl has. Carl has to decide whether to adapt, grow and move on, or remain a relic of a bygone age and fade into obscurity. Set in the modern day, but with a strong 70s sensibility, Paint looks like a bit of fun, and with very few similarities to the rest of the films in this list, starting with
I need to get out of a toxic relationship.
Coming out on the 14th, we have Renfield, a horror action comedy starring Nicholas Hoult as Renfield, Dracula's assistant for the last century or so, who decides that enough is enough and he wants out. The only issue? Dracula's severance package is murder. Anyway, Renfield and a local traffic cop played by Awkwafina team up in an attempt to thwart Renfield's blood-sucking boss. Oh, and did I mention that Dracula is played by Nicolas Cage? If that doesn't convince you, I don't know what will. Maybe that this film is helmed by the director of the Lego Batman movie. No, the Nicolas Cage factor was better. You can expect dark comic humour and a fair amount of gore, and if you need to check the gore with your own personal gore sensibilities, there's a Red Band trailer on YouTube that you can watch after this video. But not now. You're already busy with me. So that's a fun horror comedy that I think will be the movie of the month. The next 2 films are also both horror comedies, except they forgot about one of those 2 genres.
You have a problem with me? You talk to my boss, the Pope.
You'd be a good mom someday, honey bath.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you know how to lie to kids.
Okay, so I'm lumping these 2 together, mainly because I'm a big old scaredy cat. Firstly, The Pope's Exorcist starring Russell Crowe, who's reprising his role as Inspector Javert from Les Mis.
Say what?
Nah, not really. He plays real-life priest Father Gabriel Amorth. Father Amorth claimed to have performed thousands of exorcisms during his life and kept detailed records of his battles with the evil spirits. His diaries later went on to become best-selling books, and now a movie. Sony's synopsis for the film says that the Pope's Exorcist follows Amorth as he investigates a young boy's terrifying possession and ends up uncovering a centuries-old conspiracy the Vatican has desperately tried to keep hidden. Probably all those parking tickets for the Pope-mobile. And then we have Evil Dead Rise. I saw the trailer for this in the cinema recently, and I needed to go get a clean pair of underwear. Such was the amount of poop it scared out of me. Set in the Evil Dead universe, but without Bruce Campbell and his chainsaw hand, I'm afraid to say, Evil Dead Rise follows a family who are not having the best time of it when they find a book that releases a bunch of flesh-possessing demons. Ugh. Should have returned that book to the library.
Welcome back.
I hit you with my car.
What?
I know.
Finally, this last film is my wild card of the month. It's not going to be as popular as Mario, Renfield, or Trainers the movie, but it might bloomin' well be better than all of them, and this film is Beau is Afraid. Made by Studio A24, who can seemingly do no wrong as the list of films they are spitting out includes award-winning juggernauts like Uncut Gems, The Whale, and Everything Everywhere All at Once. In fact, co-star Nathan Lane describes Beau is Afraid as
the Jewish Everything Everywhere All at Once.
And certainly the trailer gives that kind of vibe, with a bit of Stephen King's Misery thrown in as well, as it would seem that Joaquin Phoenix is being held against his will by the couple of Lane and Amy Ryan, who seem to be stopping Phoenix from continuing on with a quest to visit his problematic mother. In a tale that a lot of people are describing as Kafka-esque, and I only googled it to help you guys out. I totally knew what that meant. You can bet this will be weird, but it might also be great. So that's 7 films coming out in January. Which are you looking forward to? Did I miss your most anticipated film of the month? Anything else you want to say? Comment below and do subscribe so you don't miss any of the lists, theories, and what's on videos like this that I put on the channel, mainly because I'm yet to be able to stick to a specific upload time. Anyway, peace!